Bowers. And for the record, his name is spelled Gene and last name Bowers. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Chief Bowers.
Hello, thank you for coming to this news conference. So last night was a very difficult moment for our community. Our hearts go out to the family who has lost a loved one and to the officers who were involved in the split-second decision that forever changed them. As the IIU is conducting an independent investigation, we don't have a lot of details, but I want to share what is known currently. At 6:11 p.m., our 911 Communication Center received a call about a male bleeding and covered in blood in the back lane. The caller reported that the male was possibly breaking into houses. Officers were dispatched and located a male armed with a screwdriver in the rear of the residence in the 200 block of Ferry Road. We know that the male was acting erratically and that a use of force encounter occurred, where he was shot by one or both officers within minutes of the call for service. The rest of the details will be determined by the IIU's investigation. The officers provided emergency medical care, including applying chest seals to prevent blood loss until paramedics arrived. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition, and sadly, he did not survive. No officer comes to work wanting to be involved in an incident like this. These officers have been provided support from our behavioral health unit and will be out of the workplace in keeping with our critical incident protocols. I personally met with the officers last night to ensure that they were doing okay. So I will now take questions, but please keep in mind that I will not be able to share much more as this is now an active IIU investigation.
Is this the same male, believed to be the same male, the one who was covered in blood and allegedly breaking into houses as well as the one who was shot?
Correct.
When officers came upon him, was he covered in blood?
I believe so.
When you talk about a suspicious call, what was suspicious about the call?
It was deemed suspicious. That's in our call taking. So acting erratically, being involved in damaging some property, that type of thing.
It is fairly unusual for police to call a weekend news conference such as this one. Why was it important for you to come address me today?
Well, incidents such as that occurred last night, they have an impact on everybody. This is a loss of life. This is a very serious incident. It's serious, for the person and family involved, and also for our members as well. Our members don't come to work; they come to work to help people. And when things like this happen, it's hard for everybody. And it's important, as the chief, that I come out and speak to the community, as soon as I can. So that's why.
Do you have information about the age of this individual and if they're from Winnipeg?
Right now, the IIU, I believe, is in the process. They're part of the identification of the individual and notifying family. So I don't have those particulars for you.
Do you know if the family has been identified yet? Or?
Again, they're in the process. Exactly where in the process, I don't know.
Was this an adult male? Or?
I believe so, yes.
Is there anything you can share in terms of just the chain of events that happened when officers arrived to location?
Again, that's a use of force encounter ensued, and that's for the IIU to determine.
I guess just speaking generally, like what would have to occur, something like a use of force encounter to happen, and then for someone to end up being shot?
So our use of force training, it's on a continuum, and our members are trained to react to a level of force in an appropriate way. So in this case, that use of force encounter occurred and unfortunately resulted in our members shooting the individual.
Has there been a prevalence of screwdrivers being used as a weapon? It's something I'm hearing about.
a lot of things can be used, for weapons. It's not uncommon in my time as a police officer that a screwdriver has been utilized as a weapon.
Are there any other leads or events, break-ins, anything of that sort that are connected to this case that police are looking into?
Again, the IIU is investigating, again, that's to the lead up of this. What I've indicated here is what I can confidently tell you that occurred.
You said the victim was covered in blood. Do you know whose blood it was? Was it his or did he have somebody else?
I don't have that detail.
Did the victim have, or did this individual have injuries, visible injuries?
Again, I don't have those particulars.
It's a very stressful time in the province since people are evacuating. High levels of stress, is this believed to have played any kind of factor into this?
At this time, I don't believe so.
Are city police taking any measures in response to this influx of residents and people who are in distress to the city?
Definitely, we're involved with the province and the city in constant communication. We have offered our assistance where we can.
What does that look like?
Yeah. Today I'm here to speak of this incident today, so we can hold a briefing on the fire process later if you like.
Do you know if the individual was known to police at all or had any other previous contact with police prior to yesterday?
Again, I don't have those details.
Any more questions?
Was it a single call about this, or did police receive multiple reports?
Again, I haven't, I don't know either way.
Were any other arrests made related to this? Like there was an incident that may have happened before? Or that you're aware of?
I don't believe so.
More questions?
Folks that are calling in, were they residents of homes that were properly trying to be broken into, or?
Again, if they're residents, but it was called from the area that we received. Again, I don't know if it was multiple or just one, but yeah, that's my understanding.
Do you know, just from the information you gathered, did the man advance towards police with the screwdriver or?
Again, that's for the IIU to determine. I know I'm giving you limited details, but I have to respect the process.
What would you say to, I guess, members of the public who are in maybe watching this news conference who might be concerned, I guess, about what happened?
Yeah, again, this does have impact the community, our whole community, and the service. Again, this is something that this is not that we don't, want to have to go through. And I would, just let the process work through and the IIU do their investigation to determine, and so that the community gets the answers from that investigation.
I'm just wondering, are you able to speak to why police would use lethal force maybe instead of other measures in this case? Or?
Again, and I'm not talking specifically to this case, but in incidences where an officer is fearful of grievous bodily harm or death, then potential deadly force is utilized.
When was IIU notified?
Last night. Okay, thank you.